remember in the previous class we have learned how to use WordPad? Yes? Okay. And we have used different tools which were available with the WordPad. Right, children? So, it was very interesting journey. If you could recall it, we have learned how to write, how to use different tools which are available to make your writing work just easy. Yes? And now is the time to explore a new platform, a new software which is provided by MS Office, and we call it Microsoft Word 2016. And what all we are going to learn in the class is how to start Microsoft MS Word and then different components which are available in Word 2016. There we are also going to learn how to create a file, how to save the document, and of course, once the document is created, how to open the existing file and then close the document. Right? So, a bit difference between what you learned earlier, that is when you worked with WordPad, and when you are going to start your journey with MS Word. We have much more very interesting features which are available for you and which you will really love to do when you start working with MS Word 2016. So, are you ready for the journey? Great. Happy to see you back. And let's start. So, children, a word processor is a computer software that helps you to write some document, to create some document, and once the document is created, we are able to do editing. You know what? When you write on the notebook and you create some errors, then what happens? Yes, you keep on erasing it, you keep on crossing it, and here no such problem. Every time when you write something, you want to change it, you want to remove it, you have features to do it so that your work always looks fresh, tidy, neat and clean. Right? Show me your thumbs up quickly. Yay, great. So now here in MS Word, you can edit the text. What all editing you need to do? You can add something, you can delete something, you can copy some content. Suppose you have written something and you want to make a duplicate copy of it, that's called copying of the content. And anything you want to write 10 times, just click of buttons and the entire document gets copied multiple number of times as number of time you need it. Interesting. I could see the smile on your face. And moreover, you can move your words and pictures wherever you wish to do. Now, there are different styles of writing letters and you can use different colors and effects to make your document more lively, more interesting, and lots of creativity will just come out once you will start using this document. And finally, when you want to complete your work, you want to store it for the future. For that, we have a save option so that your document, entire work which you have done so dedicatedly, that is stored in the computer, and just with a click of button, it just open in front of you. Moreover, you can take the hard copy of it. That is, you can print your document as well. Okay, children? So, you know, Word 2016 is a very famous word processor which helps you to do all your documentation in different styles, different ways, quickly, and lots many features to learn ahead. So, come, we proceed further. The first thing that comes in your mind is that how to start MS Word 2016. So, look here. We have this desktop, right? And we first open MS Word 2016 by clicking on this start button. So we have a start button here, and here we just write Word 2016. Okay, so moreover, it could come like this. If you could see the option, if you're not writing here, you have this Word 2016. You just click on it and your entire screen open. You click on the blank document, and the blank document is titled as document 1, which you could see here like this. Okay, so this is a blank document. Whenever you want to start your work, this is the document to be selected, where you are going to type your document. You are going to change the font, change the size, change the color, whatever you wish to do. Okay, so gradually we'll be learning step by step how to write. That's the first thing that you need to learn. So I'll be making you friendly with the screen. So that is, we learn what are the different components of MS Word 2016 window. For that, once you enter the screen, I'll just tell you what all you see. This is the first screen of MS Word 2016. So this white area, this is actually the document window, this part. This is a document window where you actually write the document. So starting from the left top, this is the file tab. Okay. So whenever you want to open the file, this will be exploring further. That means you want to open a file, you want to create a file, then you want to save the file. If the file is already saved, you want to open that particular file with the new name. So many things you can do, and even exit word work is done from here. We are going to learn it further. Okay. Then we have a quick access toolbar here. So this is the quick access toolbar at the top, and then we have a title bar here. This is the title bar. You just look at these things and we'll be discussing them one after another. Okay, and then this is your dialog box launcher, this part. Okay, and this part, this is called the ribbon. We call this part as the ribbon. And could you see these three buttons? These three buttons. These three buttons are for minimizing, maximizing, and closing. So there is simple dash that shows minimize, then maximize, and then close. So all these three buttons are together called as control buttons. What are these? Control buttons. Got it? Now, we have a scroll bar. I'll just show it to you again. See, here, could you see this scroll bar? Yes. This is the scroll bar, right? This part. So this scroll bar just move up and down, and we call it vertical scroll bar. And in the same way, we have this horizontal scroll bar. So when you want to move left and right, entire document is there, and you want to move your document left and right, for that we use the horizontal scroll bar. Understood? And at the bottom here, we have a status bar, and along with that, you could see the vertical and the horizontal ruler, which actually help you to know what should be the size of your page horizontally and vertically. Understood? Shall we move ahead? Good. So we talk about just look here, I'll be telling you what actually is a title bar. So I told you title bar exists on the top of the screen. This is the title bar, and it is basically used to show the name of the document which is open. Okay, so whatever document is open, the name of that document is displayed here. So currently you have not named the document, so it's coming like document 1. Okay, this is clear. Then next thing, we have control buttons. We have just discussed that here we have these three buttons, which is minimize, which is represented by a single line. Then we have maximize button, which comes like this, and the close button is existing in the form of this close option. Okay, so this is the close button, right? And moving further, Let's see what we have next. We have quick access toolbar. Normally, whenever you want to do certain work so quickly, so those all actions are added in the quick access toolbar, which exists on the top left corner of the screen. So we have certain things like you want to undo something and you have this button like undo, then you have a redo button, and then print is there, save option is there, creating a new file is there. So whatever work you want to do quickly, that we add in quick access toolbar. And ribbon exists on the top, which consists of the series of small icons which are just clicked and your work is done so quickly, so promptly. Understood? Great. And now this is the entire screen with you. The screen, I hope you are familiar with the screen. So when you start writing the document actually starts from this location, because this is your starting ruler of vertical area. And in the same way, you have this horizontal ruler. That means this particular writing will begin from this location, right? This much part of the horizontal part will be left away, and this much part of the vertical area of the document is left, and your documentation begins from this particular area. So this is a document window, and on the document window we have file tab. This is the first tab, that's file tab. So what's the use of file tab? We first say that it is located on the upper top corner of the window, and it consists of open, save and create a new file. So whenever you start writing in MS Word, the first thing you have to do is to create a file. So when you are creating a new file, that new file is named as document1. So name of that document is appearing on the top in the title bar, and you start working on it and your documentation begins. So until you give the name to the file by saving it with certain name and proper location in the computer hard disk where you want to save it, your name will remain as document1 itself. Understood? Show me your thumbs up quickly. Great. Shall we move ahead now? Okay. And this is the status bar. So what is the role of status bar? So status bar actually exists at the bottom of Windows 2016, and here it consists of all the information about the document. What are those information? It tells you how many pages have you typed, how long is the document, how many words actually exist in it, and there is also a view button and zoom slider bar. So zoom slider bar help you to just change how big the size of the screen, the words in the document you actually want to see. Okay, and then we have a dialog box launcher. You know, dialog box launcher is a very small icon which appear in some groups, and if you click on this icon, the dialog box open. What does this dialog box do? This is a dialog box window which is popping up on the screen, and every time as per your requirement, sometime you are putting the name of the file, sometime you are just telling on which location you want to save. So that is the work of dialog box launcher. Okay, and ruler is like, you know, you have your rulers. When you draw something, it has some measurements, inches, centimeters, like this. So in the same way, we have ruler located on the top of the screen, which just tell you that from this area you want to begin your documentation. And in the same way, you have another ruler which comes vertically. So it has the measurement, it just tell you that how big, how long the document you want, depending on the length of the paper that you actually have. And in the same way, it shows the width of the paper. Like you have A4 size paper, A5 size paper, or you are taking the output in the landscape or portrait form. So these rulers are that time used to make the adjustments of the document which you have already typed. Got it? I hope the concept is clear till now. Now we move further. Scroll bars, again, we have already learned about the scroll bars. Scroll bars' main work is to help you to scroll to the left, to the right. So we have one horizontal scroll bar which exists on the top, on the bottom of the document, and in the same way we have a vertical scroll bar which helps you to move up and down. So when you want to move, you want to see certain part of your document, because the entire paper will not come on the screen at a time, and if it comes, it will be in the very small size. So when you want to zoom it up and move the document up and down, we use this vertical scroll bar, and we just move the wheel of your mouse to move up and down, and in the same way moving left and right is done by the horizontal scroll bar. Got it? Great. So we move further. Now is the time to learn how to create a new document when you are starting, actually you're working on the MS Word 2016. So remember, these steps are to be followed one after another, and that will make your learning, your creating a document a real fun. So first thing is you have to click on the file tab which exists on the top left corner of the screen. There is a file tab in which I told you we have file, new, then save, different options are there, and there you have certain information that just pop down, and in that information you just click on the new option. What does this new means? This new means you are going to create a new file. So there are two words, one is to open the file and one is new. So open means the file is already existing, but children, here, because you are creating a new document, you have to click on new, and then you select the blank document, and the entire blank document will appear on the screen, on which you can start documenting, on which you can start typing with the help of keyboard, and your document gets started preparing. Okay? Got it? Enjoying the class? Lovely. And now this is how you get the screen for creating a new document. So look here, this is the new button. Then you have open button here, then it's written save, save as, print, and we learn about all these things one after another. So this window only appears when you click on file, and then you click on new. Once you click on new, this entire window will be visible to you, and next step is you have to click on the blank document. Once you click on the blank document, you can start creating, you can start typing, and your work begins there. Okay? And now, see, this is how you have to save the file. So once the document is typed with the keyboard, you have an option that's called save as. So once you click on save as, a dialog box, this is a dialog box that will appear, and on this dialog box, here this is the location actually, at which location you want to store your file. It can be desktop, it can be any of your folder, and here you give the name of your file. Like here I have written Vidya. So you just enter the file name, and after entering the file name, you have a tool called save. So you are going to click on the save button, and your document gets saved. And now it could be used anytime you require. Okay? And now next day you open your computer and you want to work on the file which you have already created in the previous session. So that time you are not going to click on new. Okay? What will you do? Tell me. Correct. This time you are going to open a document. So opening a document has to be followed by these steps. First thing, you have to click on the file tab. Then you have a open option. So you will click on open option which exists in the left pane. Okay, and then this window appears. It just pops up. Dialog box is there. So this window will be there. Here you have to first search where you have stored the file in the previous session. So you have to mention where the file has, you will click on that particular option, and whichever path, we call them paths. So whichever path you choose, that path will be visible here on the top. You can go back step, you can go to next step by pressing this back arrow key. Suppose you have clicked on the wrong path and you want to go one step back, we have this back arrow. Okay, so the path is selected, and in that path you have the file which you have stored in the computer. That file name is clicked, and once you click on this file name, that name appears here. So whatever name appears here in front of this file name, that means now you are going to open this particular file. Okay, just click on this open button, and once you click on this open dialog box, your file which is already stored in the computer will be displayed on the screen. Okay, like this. Now we have how to close the document. The document is already created. You have learned how to make a new file. Then you have learned how to open the already existing file in the computer once you have saved it in the computer. Now the next thing is you have to close the file. So for closing the file, we have to follow certain steps. I'll be taking them one after another. Again, you are going to a file tab. This drop down menu will appear on the screen, and now this time you have to save your document. So whatever changes are made in that, you want to save it with the new changes. If you will not save it, it will, if you are going to say don't save, then it will just go back on the same, the original document will remain, changes will not be saved. Okay. So look at these three options very carefully, and you need to remember what options are displayed in this message box. So first is that we have to save it. That means whatever changes you have made on the screen, sorry, these changes are to be done, and it is saved removing the old name. Whatever old documents was contained, that is changed to the new one. And if you don't save, then you come out of it without making the changes. But once you cancel it, what is the meaning of cancelling? Cancelling means you are going back to the document, still you want to do certain changes, and you are moving out of this window to the document again. Understood? Thumbs up again, once again. Show me a smile, and we move ahead. Okay, so taking the journey further, we have questions for you. We'll be doing these questions. We'll be quickly understanding which is the right option. The dash displays the document name. So where do you see the document name? You have four options. Is it status bar, ribbon, title bar, or none of these? Rightly said, it is title bar. So your document name is always displayed on the title bar. Okay, and then after that, the dash is displayed just before the just below the title bar. So what comes below the title bar? What is it? Ribbon. Very nice. Good job. Then we come to the third one. The dash is displayed at the bottom of the word, this Word 2016 window. So what do you see at the bottom of your screen? I taught you just now. What was it? It is status bar. Correctly said. And then we have a dash is a new window that pops up. What is that window called? You remember every time a new window pops up when you save something, when you open a file. Correct. That is called a dialog box. And last question for you. How many rulers are present in MS Word? Could you recall how many rulers we studied? Yes, there were two rulers. One was the horizontal one at the top and one was the vertical one on the left of the screen. Okay, good, very nice. And now moving further, we have some fill in the blanks. Let's do it quickly. Control button include dash button. So which button among these? You remember what all was there in control button? There were three things: maximize, minimize and close. So what is here? Correct. We have maximize button. So this maximize button exists in the control button. It is one of the control button. Dash contain all the commands that are needed for common task in Windows 2006. So it is a ribbon, children. Ribbon contains all the common commands that you require most of the time. Okay. And the dash ruler is used to set top and bottom margins. So when you want to set the top and the bottom margin, what do? We use the vertical ruler, and horizontal ruler is used for setting the left and the right margin. Got it? Coming to the next one, the dialog box launcher is a small, what is the dialog box launcher? It is a small icon that that appears in some groups. Okay. And when you want to click on dash tab, you have to click on the file tab to create a new document of Windows 2016. Correct? And here are some true and false. We'll be discussing them now. So MS Word 2016 is used only to draw pictures. Is it so? Oh no, your 30 is also saying no. We can do documentation, we can write the text, and of course we can change the fonts. So many things we can do. So it's not only for drawing the pictures. You remember what we used to draw the pictures? It was MS Paint. Correct. So this is a false statement. Then we have control buttons include close button. Yes, this is true because there are three buttons: close, second is, what is it? Maximize, minimize. Good. So this is one of the button which exists in the control buttons. And then status bar is displayed at the top of the window. Is it at the top of the window? No, 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 no. It is always at the bottom. So this is a false statement. And file tab has commands to open, save and create a new file. So all these things are just popped down when you click on the file tab. So this is a good. This is a true statement. And then we have the quick access toolbar contains the tools that are very frequently used. This is again a true statement because we can access all these tools very quickly without actually going inside the menu, and it saves a lot of your time, right? And now, before we say goodbye, let's quickly recall what we have learned so far. So, most important thing we have learned in today's class is that what is MS Word? MS Word is, children, basically Word 16 is very famous word processor which is most commonly used around the globe for typing, creating a new document, right? And it is, here you can save the file Here you can make the changes, whatever you require. And there exists a title bar which exists on the topmost part of your Word window, where you have to put the name, whatever file name you give, that exists there. And then there is a ribbon. Just below the title bar exists a ribbon, and ribbon contains so many of the commands which you can quickly access. And after this, we have a status bar. Where is status bar? Yes, it exists at the bottom of your window. Okay, so status bar always exists at the bottom of your Windows 2016 window. And there are rulers too. They are located at the top and to the left of the document, which helps you to change the size of your document. Okay, you can increase it, you can decrease it as per your requirement. So that's all for today. Goodbye. Happy learning.